3 years ago, I had lost my career in dance from a back injury. I needed to pivot, and without a college degree, I needed to find a way to make money. I knew how to take photos and videos, so I thought I could do this for companies. Even though I had the skills to do an entry-level marketing job, people wouldn't have even given me a chance because I didn't have a resume outside of my dance expertise, and I didn't have a college degree to fall back on. So I kind of had to figure out how to start my business just so that I could pay rent. Man, I did not know what I was getting myself into. My business, Gatozi Collective, is a content creation studio, so we create content for consumer brands. It has come a long way from just being myself to actually paying other people to produce some of the work for my clients. I made a lot of mistakes and I'm still making a lot of mistakes. But if you're starting a business, this video is the video that I wish I watched before I started my business just 3 years ago. If you stick around to the very end, I'm going to give you books, some practical advice on how to avoid these mistakes that I've made. Number 1, build systems to organize your business so you can grow. I pretty much ran my business from my head. So whatever I remembered, I did. But if I didn't remember something, then that task just never got done. In the last year, I started to think about my business in terms of systems, and I actually have started to see my business grow with less stress and strain. When I have a process for every single thing that's being done in my business, I can then easily hand that off to somebody else to do, which then in turn gives me more time to focus on other aspects of my business to grow it. Number 2, personal finances and how to budget. I am totally okay with admitting that I was prideful about my money and my personal finances. I'm not somebody that buys a lot of things or really wants to buy a lot of things, but I would make decisions by just eyeballing how much money was in my bank account. And it just pains me to say that now, because now I have Excel sheets and I'm looking at where every dollar is coming in and out of all of my business bank accounts and even personal accounts. Number 3, have a real sales process. For so many artists and creative people, we don't think about business first. And that's why I'm not really a systems guy. So when I had a lot of work, I was laser focused on the work that I needed to get done. But once all of that was gone, I didn't have anything left. So then I was going out and trying to find more work. But that created this kind of roller coaster effect month after month. It was this feast or famine for my job. Having a sales process has allowed me to be able to work on my business, build a sustainable pipeline of leads, and consistently grow my revenue. Number 4, focus on a few services, not everything. I can do a lot of different things: photos, videos, websites, social media, podcast, marketing, email marketing, and so many other random small skills. You can't do a lot of things at an expert level. You would think that when you offer more services, you would make more money. But if you don't have real infrastructure or systems in place, you're truly just jumping from one service to the next service. When I started to focus on just content creation, I saw that my business was growing. I am glad that I did offer all those services when I first started because I needed to learn what I was actually good at. But it wasn't until I then decided on the one service that I wanted to offer that I was able to actually grow this business. Number 5, don't chase the hype of one deal. Every time I got an opportunity that I thought was really big, I would think, this is it. This is where I make all the money. This is when, every big brand is then gonna start calling me and ask me to produce videos and photos and do all this amazing stuff. And not to say that these deals didn't help me, elevate the work that I was doing or, allow me to charge more or, open up possibilities to work with more companies or in new clients. But never did one deal just change the world for me. And by creating hype around that one deal, I would end up kind of letting myself down because it would never come to the same fruition that I imagined it to be, because I created these unrealistic expectations from each of those deals. I realized that it takes a lot longer and you need to have consistent amount of opportunities to really grow your business over the long period of time, not just one shoot or one video that's gonna change yourself forever. If you like this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up because that helps this video get out to more people. And if you want to follow along on my entrepreneurial journey, sharing what I'm learning as I'm doing it, and maybe you guys can take some of these tips, lessons, stories to use for your own life, please make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you around here. I'm super excited to be creating videos. Now, let's get back into the next video. If I were to do this all again, I probably wouldn't have jumped right into my business full time. Due to my situation, I kind of had to, but if I were to give advice to somebody else, I would say focus on getting a job that can pay for your basic needs like rent, food, and all that good stuff. And then spend time outside of your job to actually start building the systems and business to a point where, you know, it's starting to make money so that eventually you could quit your full-time job and go full-time in your business. But because you've been working on it on the side, you've already built the systems. So when you're full-time, you're not trying to figure things out for the first time. Everything is just kind of ready to go and you're just kind of going with the flow, as opposed to me, which is I was trying to figure things out all at the same time while trying to do the business, learn about the business, work in the business. It was a mess. Two books that kind of fundamentally changed how I view business and how I actually operate my business is Traction and Profit First. Those two books give you a lot of practicals on how you can actually set up these systems for your business, no matter what business you are doing. For personal finances, I would suggest reading I Will Teach You How to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, and check out some of Dave Ramsey's work, especially if you have a lot of debt, because I think that he does a really great job of helping people get out of debt. But when it comes to investing and kind of setting up the rest of your life and seeing money, Ramit is definitely a lot better for that. You can take these principles that they teach when it comes to money and personal finance to your actual business finances. The last thing to do so you don't make the same mistakes that I did is just be humble. Pride is a lot more sneaky than we think it is. We label what is actually pride as confidence, and so we think that it's a good thing, but pride is actually something that can blind us from the realities of our lives, whether that's in our personal lives or our business lives. So stay humble so you can learn and grow. You can ask great questions. You can get mentors in your life to help you see what you don't see. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And I really want to make a lot more videos where I'm sharing some of the stories of my life. I'm bringing you along the current story of my entrepreneurial journey and just help you guys feel like you can start your own journey when it comes to starting a business or just becoming better in your career, just being excited about the things that you're doing in your life. So if that sounds like that's something that you would want more inspiration on, more help on, advice, whatever, please subscribe to this channel because I'd love to have you here joining me. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, peace. Olipop, so good. Not sponsored, but sponsor me. Okay.